Shore Show. Pat O'Melia here, and as you can see, I'm on the boardwalk here in Seaside Heights where you should be. The weather is beautiful. Been a good summer so far. Make it your business for a day trip, overnight, a weekend, a week stay. The motels are available. You got apartments available. For that matter, my daughters are renting an apartment. You can email me because we have 1 week minimum rental. But make it your business to come down to Seaside Heights. We're going to break for commercial and come back with 2 prestigious guests. You're watching The Shore Show. We'll be right back. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, Jersey City. Hudson County's only monument maker, serving all faiths and cemeteries. Design, studio, and large inventory on site. Cemetery inscriptions and custom orders welcome. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, just south of Secaucus Road. Craftsmanship that will last for all eternity. Burns Brothers, Jersey City, Albert H. Hopper, North Arlington. Visit us on the net. Consumer Carpets, 3408 Kennedy Boulevard in the Jersey City Heights, your one-stop store for residential and commercial floor treatments, carpeting, linoleum, tiles, laminates, hardwood floors, area rugs, remnants, all major brands, all in stock. Free estimates, same-day installation. Consumer Carpets, it's savings, selection, installation. Credit cards and debit cards accepted. Financing available. Consumer Carpets, price to fit your budget, installation to fit your schedule. On the net at consumercarpets.com. Consumer Carpets, Jersey City, 201-792-2712. We're back. You're watching The Shore Show on the boardwalk in Seaside Heights. Beautiful day, and it isn't a Shore Show without Joe Vicari and Steve Scaturro. I got it right?
You got it.
Man, I probably got it right. Welcome back, guys. This is our first taping of the year in Seaside, and this is the 9th year we're doing a Shore Show. This is probably the best weather day we ever had. Beautiful sun, blue skies, that flag isn't over my head flapping. Excellent. The beach is nice, it's dragged, the ocean is nice and blue. You can't ask for better. And you're the head guy of tourism, aren't you?
My favorite job. As you probably know, you called me up when I was in the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
For the Board of Chosen Freeholder.
That's right.
38 years, the longest serving freeholder in the history of New Jersey. And I have one of the best jobs as far as being the spokesperson liaison for tourism in Ocean County. Last year we topped $4.8 billion. This year we hope to do substantially better. The weather's been fantastic. The ocean has been really clean, been really a perfect summer so far. So of all the years we had, Pat, I think this is one of the most outstanding. There are still some rentals. The businesses are doing good. After Superstorm Sandy, we did some major renovations and rebuilding. If you look at it, it's a different boardwalk now. But the same friendly attitude and hospitality that we give all the people that travel here from all over the Northeast United States.
Well, you got to give credit to the administration of Tony Boz, Chris Boz, Billy Ramboli for keeping this boardwalk and beach in the shape it is, and all the vendors, all the stand operators. Yeah, they're doing a great job.
You know, it's one of the things the freeholders do. I represent 33 counties in Ocean County, and Seaside Heights has been outstanding as far as not only working together. As you know, most of the roads here are all county roads. We realize the importance of small businesses. 98% of all the businesses up and down the boardwalk are all mom and dad type of businesses. That's America's all about, you know? Yeah, capitalism, the free market. You have a few bucks, open up a business, and you'll put food on your table.
You got some new guys. You got like George's Pizza. He expanded over here in the old Chatterbox. You got Lucky Leo's, who's
been here forever.
And that's the interesting thing about Seaside Heights. You got like Lucky Leo's been here since I think 1953.
1953.
The guy seen the the Hindenburg blow up as a kid. You know, I think Leo's like 96 years old.
Yeah.
Icon here in Ocean County, and especially in Seaside Heights.
You know, it's good. A lot of the business people here put money back into the community. They're involved in civic organizations, their church, and they really are very, very generous people. And they put everybody to work. There's no such thing as unemployment if you want to work in Seaside Heights or in Jersey Shore.
And
so
to
we've
keep
been very
honest,
fortunate.
You got Steve.
Steve,
keep the stands on.
Steve is a consumer affairs, and we make sure if you come here, you use the stands or whatever you use, that you're not being cheated, you're being treated fairly, and you get $1 worth of value.
Well, I've seen some of Steve's guys when we were setting up. They were walking around. What are they looking for?
Actually, Pat, we had about a month ago, the Attorney General was down with the prosecutor. We brought down a team of scale experts, claw machine experts, toss experts, and our team of weights and measures guys. And we checked every stand on the boardwalk. And we were expecting to find a lot of problems. And this was just a courtesy inspection We weren't down here to write any summonses or anything, just to make the businesses aware of anything that needed to be changed. Well, I would say probably 90% were totally in compliance. And we came back today to do an official inspection. Our guys went up and down the boardwalk, and I'll tell you, they haven't found a violation.
When somebody falls out of compliance, is it on purpose, or is it a case of not adjusting the machine, the tension on the claw, or they forgot to put an L behind a balloon? There are no L's behind those balloons. You got a better chance of seeing Bigfoot riding a unicorn than seeing an L behind a balloon. I've thrown thousands of darts, never seen an L.
But you got to hit the balloon, Pat.
I hit the balloon, but there are all S's behind there. But is it deceitful, or just a matter of maintaining the
No, they were all in compliance, and even the L's were in compliance.
You did that with an L? Yeah, somebody's got to show me an L. And with the claw machine, they seem to be the one that gets the most attention. Is it deliberate, or is it just a matter of calibrating?
No, they were perfect tolerance.
Which kind of game of chance is the one most likely to be an issue? I say it's the balloons, but that's you swear there's an L there. I don't see any L anywhere, but okay. But which game is the chance is the one that is most susceptible to having issues?
I think when you talked about the claw machine, that probably gets the most attention. But
another machine I'm not good with either. That and the balloons. But in the old days, we were talking before, you used to have the pitch.
The pitch, that's right.
You don't see any pitches. So
no more pitches.
That had to be a shaky game. Because I'm positive they used to polish up them ditches. When you threw that quarter, they would just slide right off. But that was the game I always was leery about. And like I said, I'd never seen an L. But now your guys are on the walk today.
Yeah, they're
Have
done.
they come back to you with anything yet?
No, they're finished. We started right on time, covered the whole boardwalk. We brought a whole team in, started on both ends, met in the middle, no violation.
No problem. Yeah, we're going to break for commercial. I would actually like to see an L. You're watching the Shore Show. We got Joe Vicari, Steve Scaturro from Consumer Affairs. And we want to talk a little more Consumer Affairs when we get back. You're watching the Shore Show. I'll be right back.
Good Friend Self-Storage in North Bergen, New Jersey is a fully climate-controlled facility equipped with state-of-the-art security, packing supplies, a Refer Friend program, and multiple loading docks convenient for commercial use. Located just off of Route 3 at 4301 Tunnelly Avenue, Route 1 and 9. Call 201-867-2444 or visit us on the web today. Good Friend Self-Storage. Let us be your good friend.
The Jersey City Medical Center. You know it for its award-winning, life-saving ambulance service. It's also your health hub, with health and wellness locations staffed with certified professionals all through Hudson County. The Jersey City Medical Center, here to help you with your healthy, here when you need us the most. The Jersey City Medical Center. Visit us on the net to learn more. Jersey City Medical Center, Robert Wood Johnson, Barnabas Health Facility. Let's be healthy together.
We're back. You're watching the Shore Show. Seaside Heights on the boardwalk where you should be. Yeah, I come from Jersey City in like an hour and 15 minutes. I'm looking at the Atlantic Ocean. Come on, as soon as the show's over, take a trip. Joe, Steve, before in break, you're talking about Consumer Affairs. I seen a piece, I think it was ABC, about gift cards and how people are using them to scams, where they'll call and say your PS&G bill is overdue, you got to pay your taxes. Is that a big issue here? Because at the Rite Aid, if Rite Aid sees you buying like 20 iTunes cards, they'll come up and ask you why you're doing that, and they'll advise the person they may be being scammed.
One of the things Steve Scaturro does working with me, I'm also not only liaising with tourism, but also with senior citizens. We have 200,000 senior citizens. The highest number probably in the state of New Jersey, one of the highest numbers. And we make sure we know about fraud. We know about the very honest senior citizens. And when you get to phone scams that come in and the contractors and whatever the case may be, we have a major educational program. And we work very closely, of course, with the sheriff and with the prosecutor's office. But what Steve Scaturro does with his department, we go to all 91 senior communities. We let them know if there's an issue, if you're nervous or you're afraid of something, just call us up. at Consumer Affairs or Senior Services, and we will make that a priority. When you talk to us in the county, you get a person. You don't just leave a message and we get it immediately. But Steve has a well-trained group of his agents that were here today, checking the rides. We check the gas stations, but most of all, we protect the consumer with phone scams that are taking place. And that's one of the things. Phone scams and frauds is very prevalent in Ocean County. I even received a call going back several weeks ago that the Internal Revenue was coming to my house because I gave my Social Security number and also my credit card number. And we tell everyone, never give out your Social Security number, your credit card number to anyone. And if you're contacted by FBI agents or anyone else, they will not call you up on a phone. They will send a letter or they'll knock on your door. And Steve, you probably add to the scams that you lead the state of New Jersey. And we just had a conference with all of the members of Consumer Affairs in the state going back several weeks ago. And Steve collects the most money. We make the most arrests. And we prosecute to the fullest. If you're going to cheat anyone, don't come to Ocean County.
What is the prevalent scam right now? 'Cause I know you talked about getting phone calls. I get these phone calls about my PS&G bill. They're going to shut my service.
I get that all the time.
I play with them all the time. It's okay.
You know what I do? I take time. I talk with them now, so they don't call up anyone else. But Steve, which one in your department
What is the big one that's going around now?
Right now, the most common one is the Social Security scam, that they found a problem with your account. It's been compromised, and we're going to need to straighten it out, but you're going to have to pay a filing fee to get it done. And that's where it comes in with when you talked about, gift cards, wire transfers. What we've tried to do is to educate all of the business people in the community to be on the aware. Like the Freeholder said, there's so many senior citizens in Ocean County. We have more than anywhere else in the state. And they are so vulnerable because they were brought up in an age of trusting everybody. And when somebody calls them up and tells them there's a problem with your Social Security card, they jump right at it. We've got to fix that up. Or that you've won a lottery and you have to give us so much money to get your prize to pay for the clearance and all that.
Well, that's the old Irish lottery thing. Remember that?
Yeah.
That's right.
You got the money, you got to give us money to hold your spot or something like that.
People want to believe they won a prize, and they don't believe you when it's a scam. Don't do it. We got the banks involved now because they would take people actually to the bank and withdraw money from their account. So now pretty much the banks, the wire transfer companies, they're all on board now. So if they see something suspicious, they try to detain the people or get as much information, a license plate number or something, and they give the police or us a call, and we'll get involved in it.
Well, that's what happened with this piece. I think it was on ABC. The Rite Aid employee seen the woman buying like 12, 20 gift cards, and
why?
Say why, and she had the person on the cell phone, and the Rite Aid person engaged and said, "No, this isn't right." And unfortunately, it turned out she had already purchased like $3,000 in iTunes cards at another store. But the more you can educate, the better it is. The seniors will realize this is a scam. But it's a matter of educating, and that's a good thing about your group. You're out there with how many? 200? Why do we have so many seniors here? What is it? Is it the boardwalk? Is it the pizza?
It's a great place to live.
Great
And
place
they're
to
probably all
live.
from Jersey City. They all come down.
Like my family from Jersey City.
So am I. Everybody here from Jersey
Great
City.
place to live, the quality of life, it's safe, it's reasonable, and low taxes.
Well, actually, taxes are they're low here compared to what we are in Hudson.
Compared to other places, we're one of the lowest in the
And
state.
the other thing, we're talking about tourism. It is a great place to retire or raise a family.
Yes, it is.
You're in town like Seaside Heights, Seaside Park, or Tom's River. You just go over a bridge and you're looking at the Atlantic Ocean and the beach and the boardwalk. You can't beat it. But what you can't beat is time. Time rules all, and we're out. So, gentlemen, I'm going to send you back to the county. He can gather up his, what do you call you guys, investigators?
We have investigators and agents for weights and measures.
You do, that's right. You mentioned the gas station.
We do the gas stations.
all on the up and up, too?
Gas stations, pharmacies, and food stores, meat markets,
When I'm riding back and forth to Jersey City, the best I'm getting is like 20 miles. So hopefully I'm getting a gallon when I'm paying for a gallon. All right, for Joe Vicari and Steve Scaturro.
Hey.
Oh, man, I did it. I'm Pat O'Melia. We'll be back with Mo Hill, council president and candidate for mayor in Tom's River. We'll be right back.
Newport, the luxury waterfront community on the Hudson River, offers a quality of life you deserve in 10 high-rise rental towers with amenities such as the on-site Newport Path subway, light rail and ferry service, Newport Town Square, 3 playgrounds, dog run, upscale restaurants, retail giants like Sears, JCPenney, Macy's, and Target. Morton Williams Supermarket is just outside your front door. A health and fitness club, spa, skating rink, and medical facilities are also on site. NewportNJ.com. Enjoy the New York skyline from Newport Town Square. Manhattan is just one path stop away or quick ride through the Holland Tunnel. Nursery and private elementary schools all on site. 12-screen movie theater at the Newport Center Mall. Want to visit Newport? Stay at the Westin or Marriott Hotel. Go to NewportNJ.com for details. Newport has luxurious towers, great restaurants, shopping, New York skyline views, schools, playgrounds, a marina and yacht club, gym, spa, fine wine, fine living. It's incredible. It's you. NewportNJ.com. Newport, live like you want.
We're back. You're watching the Shore Show. I'm on the boardwalk in Seaside Heights. Beautiful day, beautiful boardwalk, beautiful beach. Hopefully showing you a little B-roll as I'm talking about that. Joe and Steve had to go back to the county. Now my guest is candidate for mayor of Toms River, the council president of Toms River, Dr. Admiral Mo Hill. You got a ton of time. You must have a big business card.
It takes at least a line to fill it all in.
And you mentioned before you were a lifeguard at Jenkins's.
Lifeguard at Jenkins's for 3 years. Best job I ever had.
Why is that?
Because you're on the beach, you're getting a nice tan, you get to swim in the ocean, and you're getting paid all at once.
Not to mention the girls in the bikinis.
The view is good, that's for sure. But it's a good summer job.
Did you grow up in this area?
I grew up, first 5 years I lived in Belmar, in my grandfather's house on 4th, the Ocean Block. And then we moved to Lakewood. My father was the principal. My mother eventually was a home ec teacher there. So I went through the Lakewood schools. And then when I was a senior in high school, my parents moved to Green Island section of Toms River. So I've lived there and lived in Toms River basically ever since.
So yeah, you could smell the ocean every day.
Yeah, I've got sand between my toes. I never adjusted to living in Jersey City when I went to dental school. So
you were at dental school in Jersey City? Where?
I lived in Newark, and the dental school was on right behind the Jersey City Medical Center.
Oh yeah, all right. That's all condominiums now.
Yes.
I didn't know we had a dental school there.
It was there. Then they moved to Newark. Now it's in Newark. It's called Rutgers Medical School now. Rutgers Dental School.
Oh, I got to speak to some of the old Jersey City people about the dentistry.
Yeah.
But you grew up around the ocean?
Yeah, I always lived near the shore. I was never comfortable inland, never comfortable up in the city. As I said, I lived in my grandmother's apartment building when I was going to dental school during the week. But Friday night I was down to the shore, and then I came back Monday morning and went to school. So I was only there Monday through Friday.
So your love of the ocean got you in the Navy, I guess.
Yeah, my father was in the Army in World War II, and if you live at the shore, I think the Navy's a natural. Your attraction is to the water and to ships and boats. We always had a small 17-foot runabout that we used in the summer. We used that as a car. Back then you could drive over to Lavalette, beach your boat, go to the beach, come back, go back to Green Island.
That was the main mode of transportation.
It was. When you were 16, that was the way you traveled.
You still have a boat today?
I don't have one.
Admiral, do you still have a boat?
My daughter and son-in-law have one, and I'm a part owner in that one. So.
Well, they say the two best days for a boat owner is the day you buy a boat.
The day you buy and the day you
sell a boat.
Well, this one's it's a nice boat. They just bought one this year. We had a 33-foot blackfin. We sold that about a year and a half ago, and now they have a 42-foot post. So it's a nice boat. They use it for fishing and cruising, and they take me out every now and then.
Is that one of like those pontoon boats? As I see that coming in on 37, they seem to be really popular.
They are now.
Two huge pontoons.
And that's become a very popular boat. There's more and more of them on the bay, and in the Toms River, and up in the Green Island area. This one is it's a fishing boat. It's got two cabins. Yeah, it's 42 feet, so it's a beast.
How many engines does this thing have?
It's got two engines, two big Volvo Marine engines. My son-in-law, he's a big fisherman. He likes to take it out. And they, as a family, have cruised. They've gone up to Long Island. They've gone down to Cape May with it. So they use it. And with this boat, with the 42-foot, they can go out to Nantucket, Martha's Vineyard. They can cruise up and down the East Coast.
Do you drag a fuel tanker with you?
They have 500 gallons on this, and the fuel burn, I think he's probably got a larger range than he had with the 33-foot. because I only had 300-gallon tanks.
Well, I guess 42, you can ride as far as you want as the canyon.
Yeah, I think you can go to the canyon on this, yeah. He's probably about 3 to 4 hours from the canyon. It goes about top speed, maybe 28 knots.
So when you're out on the boat, you're giving them the Navy stories? Now, I was kidding you about the ships before you served on. You were a dentist in the military.
Yeah, I was mostly a land sailor. I was on the Enterprise.
The Starship Enterprise or the aircraft?
No, I was on the aircraft carrier. I spent 2 weeks on that doing a carrier air wing requalification, and then I spent a week on board an LPH and an LSD. We did a amphibious assault. Marines were working up to go on a deployment, so I was with them for a 2-week exercise.
I tell you, you come into the studio, we'll put you in green screen. I know I can get footage of the Enterprise behind you. That'd be a cool ship to have behind you.
The guys on the ship said, Doc, you're only with us for 2 weeks. Come out for 8 months. So for 2 weeks, I was, I had a great time. But, after 8 months out there, I could see where you'd get a little bored. But for me, 2 weeks, I was all over the ship.
The aircraft carrier is like a floating city.
Oh, yeah. You got 5,000 people on it.
Yeah, there's like theaters in there, there's bars, whatever you can find in town, you can find on the Enterprise.
I'll tell you, though, you watch the flight deck crew work, and you get a real appreciation for the young sailors. It's like a well-choreographed ballet. They'll taxi these planes right to the edge. I mean, the pilot, where he sits in the aircraft, he's in front of the wheel. So they'll taxi. He's actually looking over the port or starboard part of the ship, and he has to have utmost confidence in the crew, because they'll tell him, they'll give him a hand signal to turn, and he'll turn to get onto the catapult. But he's literally, his nose is over the.
I was told the most dangerous place in the world is the deck of an aircraft carrier.
Absolutely.
We got a break for commercial. You're watching The Shore Show. Mo Hill is my guest. We'll be right back.
Rama Jewelers, located in the Lyndhurst Shopping Center at 413 Valley Brook Avenue, Lyndhurst. Come for all your jeweler needs at Rama Jewelers, where you will find a fine selection of necklaces, earrings, rings, and bracelets. Choose from one of our complete sets, our many signature items, or find the perfect engagement ring. Come on down. That's Rama Jewelers at 413 Valley Brook Ave, Lyndhurst. Call 201-939-5784 or visit us online today.
Pen and Pencil Properties, Jersey City. Shaping the workplace with state-of-the-art office spaces that address your company desires. Building residences that define your home environment. Adjacent to all modes of transportation with on-site parking available. The right address, the right lease. Call 201-521-9000 or visit online at penandpencilproperties.com. Pen and Pencil Properties, building Jersey City for everyone.
We're back. Shore Show. Council President, candidate for mayor in Toms River, Mo Hill. All right, you're an admiral, you're a dentist. How long were you in the Navy?
That was in all total about almost 35 years. I went in as an ensign in 1970 as a freshman in dental school, and then retired in February 2005. So.
And did you start your own dental practice here?
Well, I started the practice in Brick in 76 when I got off active duty. I got off active duty in 75. I served from 73 to 75. We started the practice in 76, and then I was recalled for 3 months during Operation Desert Storm, from January through March 1991.
Was it a good call to get? We need you back. We need you on the boat. Or somebody, what do they call it? Somebody's got a toothache?
Well, they have dentists. They have dentists on
the cap.
They have dentists on the big decks. They're on the amphibs, the LPHs and the LPAs, and they're on the aircraft carriers. And you've got them on some of the larger LSDs have them. But most of the time, if you're a dentist in the Navy, you can be assigned to the Marines, you can be assigned to a ship, you can be assigned to a land-based clinic or a hospital. So you've got a multiple choice of assignments.
Well, you must have enjoyed it.
And I had a good time. I rotated around. I had 2 tours with the Marines as a CO of a dental company and then CO of a dental battalion. The Marines let you do anything. It's a great organization to be with, and they were probably the 2 best tours I had in the Navy, was serving with the Marines.
Yeah, amazing career, a dentist, an admiral, council president, into politics. How did admiral dentist get you into politics?
Well, when I was in, the change of government took place in 2003, and I knew I was going to be retiring in 2005. So, I had developed, I thought, fairly good leadership skills in the Navy, and with the ward system, I had seen the ward in Newark and Jersey City, and there's a lot of tension between the different wards. And Toms River is a great community, and that's got
a lot of tension.
They got 3 high schools, and yet they're competitive. But if one of the high schools or one of the little leagues is going into the playoffs or the championships, the entire town's behind them. So, that wasn't the case in Newark. The Central Ward would be fighting with the North Ward, and when we developed the ward system, I just didn't want to see the town get fractured. So I interviewed to be a ward councilman, and I told them, I said, I will represent my constituents in Ward 3, but my overarching concern is going to be what's good for the town. And it's worked out very well. I mean, I always tease Maria, who represents Ward 1 on the waterfront.
My buddy Maria Maruca?
They always have bulkheads, and I said, Maria, when can I get a bulkhead in Ward 3? And she says, Mo, when you've got water in Ward 3, we'll build bulkheads. So, but there are other things that Ward 3 needs that Ward 1 doesn't, so we work in tandem with all the wards and the councilman at large, whatever's best for the town. So,
and that was 2005, so you served what?
Well, I was elected in 2003, took office in 2004, January, so it'll be coming up on 16 years.
That's a long run.
Yeah,
now, you're ward now, are you still ward or you council at large?
No, I did 2 tours as councilman from Ward 3 and then 2 at large, and I decided that was it. And when Mayor Kelleher decided not to run, I threw my hat in the ring for mayor, and that was the only thing I was interested in. It was time to roll out of the councilman billet and move up. If you've served in the military, you're kind of that culture that, you start at the ward, you're at large, the next step would be the mayor. I didn't want to be on the council forever. I felt it was time to step aside, let some new blood take over. But I think I've got the leadership skills and the knowledge to lead Toms River forward as mayor. We've got a lot going on, the redevelopment
What are the big issues facing Tom? I know the school budget.
The school budget
you really can't control.
Well, that's controlled by the state, but I've been very supportive. I've gone to both rallies in Trenton. I've been very supportive. I've been to the school board meetings. I've been an outspoken supporter of what us getting our fair share of funding and having that $2.7 million put back in our budget. I've contacted people in Trenton, made phone calls. I've been an active in trying to seek that funding, and I'm hopeful that before September we're going to see that funding restored. So,
I know the mayor in Jersey City would like to see some of that funding restored.
I'm sure.
Too.
There are a number of districts. Brick's in the same situation. We have our assembly and senator working hard. Our Board of Education's engaged. I know on the council I'm engaged. I've got 4 grandchildren, and I've got a daughter who's a teacher in the school system.
Now we got like a minute
I'm invested.
left. Development's also a big issue.
Yeah, it is, and we're buying space in a northern section of Toms River. We preserved the last horse farm in Toms River. We've already preserved about 70 acres. We're in talks with the Toms River, with the freeholders about preserving 16 more acres on Riverwood, and also on North Bay and New Hampshire. So
and they're knocking down the red carpet.
That's a big move, and we're looking forward to redeveloping downtown, which we need people living down there to keep it vibrant.
We're at a show, but we're going to bring you back with some other shore shows so we can go into some more of the issues.
I appreciate it.
And and you got a campaign coming on. I wish you all the luck.
Thank you.
And we'll get you as much face time as possible. All right, we're at a show for Mo Hill, Joe Vicari, and Steve Scaturro. I'm Pat O'Melia. I'll meet you on the boardwalk. Come on down.